ECDL Advanced Excel Lesson 85 Running a Macro. A macro can be activated in a variety of ways depending on how it was set up. Some of the possible methods are covered in this lesson and also the next one, which will be lesson 86. Macros can be run by listing the macros and selecting from the list, or by using a key press which has been assigned to it as a shortcut, or adding it to the quick access toolbar as a button and then clicking on it, or finally assigning it to an object such as a box or a button on a sheet and then clicking on that box or button. Okay, if it's not open already, we did save a workbook as macros last lesson. If you could open that, please. And then highlight the range B5 to N14. And then on the Developer tab, in the Code group, click Macros. As an aside, the key press Alt F8 is an alternative to the command that we've just done, which was opening the macro dialog box. 3 macros have been created. These we created in the last lesson and are available from the current workbook. With format selected, click Run. What this should do is format the cells within the range we've highlighted to 0 decimal places. Okay, next let's highlight the range B17 to N29, and this time use the key press Ctrl F, that's Control and then a little f, and this will run the format macro to achieve the same formatting. Okay, so I'm now going to press the Control button and then the F. And as we can see, it does indeed achieve the same formatting. We've just seen 2 different ways to run this particular macro. How you choose to run a macro depends on the application and or your personal preferences. Okay, with the macros workbook still open, open the workbook League. If we preview the League table sheet, so if we do File, Print, we will see that this worksheet has no header or footer, and the orientation is portrait. Click the back button, and then from the Developer tab, click Macros. As we can see, all the macros created earlier are available, but only because the macros workbook is still open. So what you'll see, the macro names now include the name of the workbook in which they're stored. For example, macros.xlsml format. Select the name macro and then run it. Okay, let's check the effects of this macro by previewing the worksheet using the print options from the File tab. And now we can see it includes a custom header and a custom footer. Okay, if we go back to where we were, so the back button, this time in the same workbook, that's the League workbook, we want to run the landscape macro. So Developer, Macros, this time let's go for the landscape macro and then Run. Let's see the effects. File, Print, and now we'll see that we're now in landscape orientation. Okay, close the League workbook without saving, so back to where we were. Let's close the League workbook and don't bother saving it. Next, macros can easily be removed from a workbook. With the Macros workbook displayed, from the Developer tab, click on Macros, click on the name Format, and then click Delete. Click Yes, and the macro will be deleted. Let's have a look at that. If we now go for Macros, we'll find we no longer have the macro that was called Format. Okay, let's close the workbook without saving. I hope this is useful for you, and I look forward to seeing you next time when we're going to be discussing assigning a macro to the Quick Access toolbar. Okay, I look forward to seeing you then.